On the 4th of May, 2023, a sailing yacht named Champagne was crossing the Strait of Gibraltar. 3 orcas appeared behind the boat. At first, the crew thought the whales were simply curious. Then one of them rammed the rudder. A second orca joined. A third followed. The younger whales began copying the larger one. For 45 minutes, the orcas repeatedly struck the boat. The rudder broke. The vessel lost control. And eventually, the yacht had to be rescued. This was not an isolated event. Since May 2020, hundreds of boats have reported encounters with orcas near Spain and Portugal. Several vessels have sunk. Yet something about these attacks makes no sense. The whales almost never target people. They ignore the hull. They ignore the engine. They go directly for one part of the boat, the rudder. And scientists still don't know why. The first unusual encounter occurred in May 2020. Researchers from the Atlantic Orca Working Group began collecting reports from sailors. By 2022, more than 200 interactions had already been documented. By 2024, that number exceeded 600. Marine biologist Dr. Renaud de Stefanis, who has studied Iberian orcas for decades, noticed something strange. Only a small number of whales were participating. Many of them were young, and many appeared to be learning from one another. Scientists eventually identified around 15 individuals involved in the interactions. Researchers began calling them the Gladys whales. One of them became especially famous, White Gladys. Some researchers proposed that White Gladys may have experienced a traumatic collision with a vessel. The theory suggested that the behavior began after that event. Other whales then copied it. The idea quickly spread around the world. People began saying that the orcas were taking revenge. But the evidence was weak. Dr. Renaud de Stefanis later explained that there is no proof of revenge, no proof of anger, and no proof that the whales are intentionally sinking boats. So why do they do it? One possible answer comes from orca culture. Orcas are not simply groups of animals. They have traditions, dialects, hunting techniques, and behaviors that spread socially. In 1987, researchers observed killer whales carrying dead salmon on their heads. The behavior spread through the population. Months later, it disappeared. Scientists called this a cultural fad, a behavior copied because other whales were doing it. Some researchers now believe the boat interactions may be another example. Young orcas may have discovered that moving rudders are interesting. The behavior then spread from whale to whale, almost like a trend. In 2024, an international workshop involving scientists from Spain and Portugal reached an important conclusion. There is no evidence that Iberian orcas are attacking humans. The whales appear to be interacting with boats rather than hunting them. Researchers noted that the behavior often resembles play, especially among younger animals. But there is another possibility: noise. Marine researcher Layla Moore suggested that underwater sound may play a role. The Strait of Gibraltar produces unusual acoustic conditions. Boat engines, propellers, and rudders create vibrations that orcas can detect. Since orcas rely heavily on sound, certain boats may produce signals that attract their attention. What makes this mystery even stranger is what the whales do not do. No wild orca has ever killed a human. Not one confirmed case. These whales possess enough strength to destroy almost any sailboat. Yet most interactions end after the rudder stops moving. The humans are ignored. The whales leave. Dr. Alex Zerbini, chairman of the Scientific Committee of the International Whaling Commission, stated in 2024 that the evidence does not support aggression. Instead, the behavior may represent social learning and play among highly intelligent animals. And that may be the most unsettling answer. Because if the orcas are not angry, if they are not hunting, if they are not defending themselves, then they may simply be experimenting, learning, teaching one another, and spreading a new behavior through their society. The same way humans spread trends. The same way children invent games. Today, scientists still cannot answer the question: why the rudders? Why this region? Why now? But every new interaction tells us something important. Orcas may not be attacking boats. They may be studying them. And somewhere beneath the waters of Gibraltar, one young whale could be teaching another something entirely new. The frightening possibility is not that orcas hate boats. It's that they may simply find them interesting.